Hey guys, can you believe we are only 2 weeks away from the first day of spring? Things are really starting to wake up around here. You know, we had our last frost date on Valentine's Day, so we're a couple weeks into the season already, but the jasmine has started blooming and literally the smell of spring is in the air. The peaches have started blooming. We already have baby peaches even. The apples are blooming over on the espaliers, and so is all of our citrus. So it's all very exciting, but I know some of you are in the snow right now. But chances are you can still start gardening today, even if it's freezing outside. In this video, I'm going to show you what you can plant in March in your area. Coming up. Hey guys, I'm Brian with California Garden TV, and if you're looking to join an online garden community that offers tips, tricks, and support to help take your garden to the next level, you're in the right place. Get started now by clicking subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss anything. Now let's get growing. Last month, over 5,000 of you went to our website and downloaded our planting worksheet. It lets you know exactly what seeds you can plant out and what transplants you can put in your area at any given time. Now, I've gotten a lot of good feedback after we worked out the bugs, but those are worked out now. For those of you who haven't downloaded it, I'm gonna put a link down in the video description, or you can just go to nextlevelgardening.tv. When you get there, click on downloads. And if you sign up to be a member, it's totally free. You get this download, future downloads, and special offers and discounts. So if you haven't done that, head over there after this video. If you're a free member, once you click download, you can first find your frost date by clicking here for US, or we also have a spot below it for other countries. And if you're in the US, it's going to take you to the Farmer's Almanac, where you can enter your zip code or your city and state, and it's going to give you your average last frost date. Now that's an important date to know just for gardening, but to use this worksheet, you're going to need that date. Okay, super easy so far, and you've got information you needed anyway. So when you download the file, there's only one place you have to enter the information, and that's right up here, your last frost date. Now I'm going to type in April 15th, which is covering a huge amount of you in the Northern Hemisphere. Now you just want to type in the month and the day and hit enter. All the dates are automatically put in for you. So you're going to know when to sow seeds, the early and late, and when to put out transplants in the garden, early and late. It's that easy. Now, over here, there's an asterisk by some of the crops. Those are crops that like to be planted directly in the garden. They don't want to be sown indoors and then transplanted later. I also have color coding on the left side, which shows cool season and warm season. The yellow is warm, the blue is cool, and the green is a straddle season. So they grow in both seasons, like kale. You know, you plant it in cool season, it also grows in warm. Okay, let's get into the crops that you can start now if your last frost date is no later than April 15th. Basically, you can start seeds indoors of whatever you want. Cool season and warm season. But you need to be aware of the space requirements for each crop. If you have a small garden like I do, then we're coming into a period where you can plant cool season and warm season crops, but you have to remember that the cool season crops take a good 3 months to produce and be ready to pull out and exchange for warm season. So if you've got plenty of room, you can have both growing at the same time. If not, you might want to pick and choose which cool seasons are important so they don't interfere with you putting in your warm season crops, especially in a short growing season, you know, a month, 6 weeks to 8 weeks from now. And just because you can start just about anything indoors right now doesn't mean you should. There are certain crops that do not like to be transplanted. They want to be put directly in the ground where they're going to be growing permanently. Those would be carrots, corn, kohlrabi, okra, peas, and beans. So like I said, you can sow just about anything indoors right now, but what can you actually plant out directly? Well, toward the end of the month, you can plant carrots directly in the garden. Maybe a little sooner than that if you cover them with fleece or some kind of floating row cover just to give that added protection. You can sow brassicas outdoors now. That would be broccoli, cauliflower, kale, kohlrabi. I think I'm forgetting something. Brussels sprouts. All the brassicas, you can plant them out right now. You can plant out seed potatoes toward the end of the month, if not before. So definitely if you're going to chit your potatoes, which means pre-sprout them, put them in a sunny windowsill right now. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get that done. So if you're going to do that, get it started now so they'll be ready to put out at the end of the month. You can also direct sow outdoors spinach, parsley, and lettuces at any time this month. Now, if your last frost date is by the first day of spring, which this year is March 20th, then that opens you up to a lot more choices that you can plant directly in the garden this month. So in addition to all the crops we've already mentioned, by mid-month, you can plant out tomato transplants. You can even direct sow tomatoes right into the garden. As a side note, on tomorrow's video, I'm going to be sowing my tomato seeds. And I'm going to walk you right through exactly what I do to have the healthiest, strongest plants to put out into the garden in just a few weeks. Toward the end of the month, you can sow corn and cucumbers directly in the garden, but you want to wait a little bit longer, 2 to 3 weeks longer, to put out the real heat lovers like okra, peppers, and melons. You really want your nighttime temperatures to be into the 50s steadily for those to get off to a good start. But again, go to my website and download the free worksheet, and that's going to tell you exactly what to plant, when to plant it, so you don't have to worry about it. You'll know exactly for your area, your zip code, your city, you're going to know exactly when to plant everything, either by seed or by transplants. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you tomorrow.